One morning, not long ago, I woke up earlier than usual, and I decided to take advantage of it and go ahead and go into work, see if I could get in an hour's worth of work before everybody else showed up for the day. This is the grown-up equivalent of doing your homework on the bus before school. So I checked the traffic before I headed out and decided to take the interstate, but something must have happened between my house and the interstate, because by the time I got there, it had slowed down to a crawl. And then I broke my number one rule of driving in traffic in Nashville, and that is don't veer off the path you're on, because so does everyone else. But I did it anyway, and here I am sporadically driving through Nashville trying to get downtown when everything comes to a halt. A train had come to a stop across the road I was on and not moving at all. So instead of being an hour early that day, I'm now an hour late. Why do I tell you that story? Absolutely no reason. So I'm not having a great day, and I decide to treat myself with a coffee shop. And I run out the door and head across the street to the coffee shop. This is the grown-up equivalent of a kid in a candy store, basically. And I've been trying to cut back on caffeine, so what I should have said was a decaf latte, please. But instead, my eyes glazed over this menu in front of me, and I just shouted out the first thing I saw, a cortata, which apparently is a double shot of espresso with a little bit of milk. But in my excitement, I stumbled a little bit out the door and outsloshed $1 worth of scalding hot espresso on my hand, but not enough to keep me from still having the jitters for the rest of the afternoon. Why do I tell you that story? Absolutely no reason. So my day isn't going as good as it could have gone, but I'm headed home, and lately that has been the best part of my day, is to go home. My son hears me come in, he gets excited, "Daddy!" and he runs up to me, and we hug, and we tackle, and we wrestle, and he asks me silly questions like, "Did you go to work today? Do you still have a beard?" And it's about that time that my middle school daughter finally realizes that I'm home. "Oh, hi, Dad. You have got to hear what happened at school today." And eventually I find my way to my wife, where we embrace, and it's a simultaneous release of all the bad and recharge of all the good. And we try to recap our days through the rest of the night before we catch an hour's worth of TV and fall asleep. Why do I tell you that story? Absolutely no reason. Except to say this. Our lives are filled with these little moments. Some good, some bad, some worth talking about later, most not. And if we don't be careful with this, our lives become the story of these little moments. And in the end, all we have to show for it are things not worth talking about. And in my last day, my eulogy will state he enjoyed a cup of coffee on his way to work to support his family. And that's not that bad, right? But lately, I've been feeling in my gut that there's something more to be done. There's a purpose that I need in my life. And I realize that it doesn't have to be some major life overhaul. It can simply be adding purpose to the moments. So that with my family, when I'm wrestling with my boy, it's not just having fun, but I'm building this bond between us. And when I'm listening to my daughter, I'm showing her that she's important, and I'm instilling confidence in her. And when I hug my wife, I realize that she needs it just as much as I do. And if every day we can at least have that moment, then we're going to be just fine. See, all these moments shouldn't be distractions from what you'd rather be doing, but instead, you should fill all of these moments with purpose. So when you're stuck in traffic, it's an opportunity to appreciate music or scenery. And when you go to the coffee shop, it's an opportunity to show a genuine interest in people, or to simply enjoy life's little treats that it gives you. Life can be so full of distractions and busyness and boredom and entertainment. And we go through life and we never even realized that there was something bigger to be missed. I want you to fill your lives with purpose. Don't live your life for absolutely no reason. Thank you.